You are tuned into the video game pharmacy.
Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of VGRx.
Are we just gonna roll with this?
No.
Come on, man.
Okay, fine.
And
I'm sick
roll 'em.
I'm sick as a dog.
And Rusty.
Nice excuse.
And Rusty.
Yeah.
You are listening to VGRx, the video game pharmacy.
That's us.
Yeah.
I knew you could do it. Oh no, he sounds like a dying old man.
I'm wheezing.
Oh no.
I'm wheezing.
Zach, why don't you intro?
No, hang on. Okay, I got this. Ready? Here we go.
Okay.
Yo, what is up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of VGRx, your weekly dose of video game news, knowledge, and know-how. I'm sick as a dog. That's Zach.
Yo.
That's Brittin.
Hey.
And I'm dying.
What's your actual name?
Sick as a dog.
I'm glad that mic has a filter on it, is all I'm saying. This is Scott. Zach, how you doing? give him a minute or
I'm
an
good,
hour.
man.
Okay,
I'm
good.
dying.
Oh,
I'm
man.
absolutely dying.
Okay. Can you do this?
Who knew
Yes.
that'd be so
Can we
funny?
do this?
Yes.
Maybe we're just tired.
Who knew our friend dying would be so funny?
Yeah, it's great.
I had no idea.
Me and Zach just came back from vacation.
Yeah, you guys have been partying all week.
I would say that you guys heard an episode last week of us playing a game, but you didn't.
But I failed to put that up.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So
Sorry.
you'll hear that at another time.
That episode exists.
And then
You'll hear it
it'll be when
sometime.
Bryn's on vacation. But on that episode, we talk about how we're going to go on vacation, but we're not actually going to be on vacation.
We're
it'll be
so
Brittin.
coordinated.
Yeah. This is
good.
this is some good A plus quality material right
Hey,
here.
we're really consistent, you guys. I don't feel too bad when something
You don't
slips.
feel bad about this?
Not really.
You don't think our audience cares?
Yeah,
I mean, we don't really have an audience.
But they'll
Oh my
forgive-
god! Ah!
they care, but they'll forgive us, is what I'm saying.
Watch, we have like 10,000 people listening. They're like, man, these guys are jerks.
If they're just gonna skip episodes and then they don't even care about it,
Yeah,
why do we listen
They
to
don't
the
even
show?
care about us. They said we're not even listening.
Oh no,
I hate you,
I don't
Zach.
think that's
yeah,
the
I
case.
know. What's new?
He only said that to get you fired up.
Yeah.
It worked like a charm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already fired up,
If you guys,
but I'm also wheezing at the same time.
I
So
know.
I sound like that ping one from Toy Story 2, I think.
yeah,
Wheezy.
Wheezy. His
Yeah.
name was Wheezy.
Poor guy.
I sound like Wheezy.
I know you do.
From
Hey,
Toy
don't
Story.
make Scott laugh, okay, Zach?
I can't.
Yeah, you can't.
Because that leads to horrific wheezing. We don't want
I'm
that.
gonna try my
Horrific.
best. I also find it funny, so I'm definitely encouraging myself
I know.
to try. Yeah.
Okay, I
Thanks.
appreciate it.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Dad.
Do you guys want to do trivia, and then you could tell us a little bit about your trip?
Did
about
we?
what you guys were doing?
Do we ask the trivia
Yeah,
question?
if you remember
like I
anything.
remember last 2 weeks.
It was 2 weeks ago.
I don't remember.
Wow, it's all just a blur. for
I
you
know.
guys, huh?
Yeah, it's. Look,
You-
I got on an airplane and I forgot even who I was back here. So I didn't even.
You did forget.
I didn't even know I worked somewhere. Like I just thought I was
And
homeless.
somehow you
Just
showed up
stopped
here this
existing.
morning.
Yeah.
I guess it was
I
just
got up at.
routine.
I got home. I did the absolute opposite of what normal people do when they get home from vacation. Instead of going to sleep, I got on Dota 2 and started playing Dota.
You're like, who needs sleep?
Yeah, I was like, I don't need sleep.
You had to ground yourself.
Heck
you had to
yeah, I did.
Reacclimatize.
Hey man, I won 2 games in a row.
Hey,
Did you?
My man.
That's your secret. Just get real tired. Do a bunch of traveling,
Oh.
come back, need sleep, and then play, and you'll win games.
I mean, I've
That's
been
the strategy.
I don't humble brag, but I've
Mhm.
been winning like a good portion of my games.
Don't jinx it.
I know I probably will.
Stop.
Dude, I mean, there was a time when I was going through a losing streak real bad, so this is like my winning streak that I've gotten. But I've ranked up
Good.
twice, so.
Cool.
Anyway, sorry.
It's all good.
No one cares about that.
I do.
Oh, apparently my watch didn't charge last night. Nice.
Hey, that's good.
What's
to know.
the trivia question?
All right.
Cool, let's
All
go.
right. So here's what I asked you guys
Mhm.
2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. I said, what was the highest grossing video game movie adaptation of all time?
Ooh.
Not the best, not the highest review, just what made the most money.
I said Detective Pikachu.
I said Prince
Yeah.
of Persia.
You did.
All right.
You
and I
did.
said Warcraft. I'm
Yeah.
gonna start with the wrongest answer of the three, which was mine. Warcraft was number 14,
Wow.
and it made a total of $47 million.
Wow.
First week it made 34, so most of it was in the first week, and then nobody saw it after that. Basically,
Yeah.
didn't do so hot. I was surprised.
I really liked the movie.
You actually saw it and you liked it.
I saw it and
I
I
had it
liked it.
recommended to me by a few people.
I
and
really liked it.
Didn't get around
But
to
it wasn't
it.
a movie you went and saw twice.
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you didn't want to know what was a Detective
So,
Pikachu.
Zach, which Prince of Persia movie are you talking about?
I don't-
The Sands of Time, right? The one
Yeah.
with Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah.
All right. That was number 4. That was a good guess.
Ooh.
Or, sorry, number 5. That was a good guess.
I like
That
4
movie
better.
made $90 million.
Wow.
And that was the fifth
Ooh.
movie on this list.
Yikes. I feel bad about my
Scott.
answer. Yeah.
Scott.
Uh-huh.
Detective Pikachu is already number 3 on this list.
Ah!
This list goes all the way back to
Only-
1980.
Wow.
Only number 3.
And it's number 3, and it's only been out for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I think this movie will have legs. I think people will keep seeing it,
people have seen
buying it when it comes out on disc.
Absolutely.
People have seen it multiple times. So
Yeah, no doubt.
I already know some of my friends have.
So yeah, it's number 4 already with just under
Number 4 or number 3?
just under $100 million.
Number 4, number
4.
3.
Okay, you said
4.
3.
So I will tell you guys the top 3, but that's where we all stand with our guesses.
Okay, so I was
Scott,
the
you win.
rightest. Nice.
Yep. All right. So number 3 was Rampage at 100.
Oh, I didn't even think about that one.
the Rock movie that
I
came
just
out
think
recently.
of that as a rock movie.
Yeah, basically, not a video game movie.
No.
The Angry Birds movie was number 2 at 107
Oh,
million.
I hate that.
I forgot about that
I
too.
hate that.
Do you guys want to make a last minute guess what you think number 1 is?
Um,
It surprised me.
E.T.
It's not a video game movie.
Dude, I have
The
no
video
clue.
game came
I have
later.
no clue.
It's kind of obvious, but I didn't think it did this well. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, the
Oh.
original with Angelina Jolie.
Oh.
Really?
Yep.
The movie came out after the game did?
It came out in 01. Yeah, the game was like mid 90s, right?
Huh.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't even think
Wait,
about
did you
it.
think it was a movie first?
Yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh.
No,
I had no idea.
Tomb Raider was a PlayStation 1 franchise. There's 3 of them.
I
back
never I knew it was a game, but I never
Okay.
I thought the movie came out before the game did.
then. No, it was definitely a.
I mean,
because
Definitely
the
a game
character
first.
literally looks like Angelina Jolie in the game.
They just did some good casting there.
I guess.
Yeah.
Like
Angelina Jolie was like the bee's knees back in the day.
yeah, dude, she was everyone's like bae.
Yeah, she was everybody's bae.
Everyone wanted to be with
Hey, guys.
with
What's
Jolie.
What's a bay?
What is a
I
bae?
thought it was a body of water
I hate you.
that,
God, I
that has
hate
an
you.
inlet connecting to the ocean.
Everything
my
about
guy.
you is something I despise.
Rude.
Yeah, 100%.
Anyway, that movie made 131 million for
Wow.
first place.
Okay.
So I think Detective Pikachu will be at the top of this list.
I think so,
in a
too.
matter of weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe already. I don't know when this list I'm looking at was made.
I
So.
thought about it and I was like, yeah, that had to be it had to really rock the box office to get number 1
Uh-huh.
over movies that have been out for like 10 plus years.
So real
It's
quick,
true.
BAE is an acronym that stands for before anyone else, or a shortened version of baby or babe, another word for sweetie, and mostly unrelated.
You know what's funny about
God,
that?
I
You
hate
guys
you.
used it as a shortened version of babe, obviously, right?
Yeah,
Why do you need to shorten the word
I know,
babe?
let's take a letter out of
Take
it.
a single non-syllabic letter out of it.
Syllabic.
That's a word.
That's a
How
word.
Yep.
how efficient can we make the English language? You know?
It's silly, isn't it? I was talking to some. Was it one of you guys? I was talking to somebody about this. I think emojis are the biggest advent in
You talked to
in
me about
language
it. You talked to me
in
about
a long
it.
time.
And I
I
thought you
second
were
that.
crazy.
Emojis are
I second
amazing.
that. Yeah, because think about it. Was there no way before to kind of basically display emotions
Yeah.
through text?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
emotions.
through written
take-
language.
You say haha, LMFAO, LOL.
Nah,
It doesn't do it.
get the
It
point
doesn't
across.
do it. Yeah.
That little smiley emoji with the heart eyes. There's nothing quite like it. It conveys a lot.
It does. Yeah.
Have you seen
I'm
the
just saying.
Emoji Movie?
No,
You should.
I don't think I should.
You should.
Why?
Is it funny?
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
I don't think I'm gonna.
Okay.
It can't be as good as actual emojis.
You should watch Boss Baby then.
Oh, Boss
Oh,
Baby.
dear.
Boss Baby is really good.
You guys.
I hate you.
I love
You
Boss
guys-
Baby.
God, who even are
What
you?
was that hot dog movie?
What?
Oh, Sausage Party?
Oh my god.
That's a rated R movie. We should talk about
Let's
that.
not
one.
go there.
Let's not go
That's
there.
Seth MacFarlane. I think.
Yeah, no, that's Seth Rogen, you uncultured swine.
All right. Whatever.
Ooh, ooh.
What if I was right and you're the uncultured swine?
Check.
No, I'm not gonna
Google
check.
it right
Nope.
now.
Nope.
Google
We're
it.
done with movie talk.
Seth Rogen
You can't
or
even say
Seth
his name.
MacFarlane.
What, wrote or directed?
Both, I think. Yeah.
Seth Rogen was the one who did that movie.
Scott.
I'm looking it up.
100%
So
right.
before we left for vacation,
Uh-huh.
Yes,
we
we played a game. and we didn't post it.
Let it die.
I get it. I get it.
We forgive you, Zach.
But
don't.
we
Okay.
went and saw.
I forgive you.
We went and saw a movie.
We did.
Yeah, Sonic. Before anyone else
Yeah,
got to see it.
we got invited to the press screening. They haven't updated the character yet, though, like they promised to do. So we got to see the original
people start to believe
artist
us.
vision.
Let's stop
Oh,
talking
okay.
about it. Yeah, people start believing.
you,
Fine,
you
you're
guys
right.
are both wrong. It was Conrad Vernon and Greg Tiernan
Who did what?
I thought you were about to say
Who directed
Conway
it?
Twitty.
who directed it.
All right, we're both idiots.
More so you than me because
Yeah.
Seth Rogen actually played in the movie.
That doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it does. It means
right.
everything.
You mean everything.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate that.
Who wrote Sausage Party? It was Seth Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and Jonah Hill.
All right, I was wrong. You were right. I can admit it.
Do you see this?
No.
You see what I'm doing
I don't know
with
what I'm
my
looking at.
fingers?
Oh dear.
It's pointing somewhere. I won't say where, but it's doing it.
I don't know what any
And
of this means.
mostly it's made for the motion to suck. So
hey,
I didn't
Clean-
say
clean
look.
tech, bro.
I didn't say anything.
clean tech, bro. Good thing we don't do video
I
yet.
didn't say anything.
Yeah, I know. We're not capable.
We'll figure it out eventually.
It would
Wink,
become
wink.
a problem anyway. Apparently,
Would it? Would it?
for you,
Thanks, buddy.
I can hang. I can handle myself.
I mean,
not
this
you.
is episode 69.
Oh
I know.
gosh,
It's kind of fitting, right? You know.
we're going in a weird direction today. This is when we lose our clean tag.
Yeah, so we saw Detective
We should
Pikachu,
do.
man.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're
we're
gonna-
gonna move on.
Let's move
roll
on to
with
something
it.
family friendly.
We're gonna roll with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Brayden, you want to kick us off?
With
do you-
what? With Detective Pikachu?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's say right now we probably won't go spoilery at all with this
No,
conversation.
no.
At some point, if we wanted
Mewtwo's
to,
in the
we
movie.
we could do an episode and spoilers, man.
That's
Come
in the
on.
trailer, though.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. You were mad about that they showed
I was
that
really
before,
mad about that. Yeah.
before we saw it. Anyway,
They did do some clever editing about it, though.
we'll do some. Yeah, it's true. We'll just do some generic thoughts, opinions,
Yeah.
impressions of the movie.
I have
Let's do
a
it.
whole
Did you write all
a
that?
whole list.
Did you
of
write that
thoughts.
while we were watching the movie?
No, I wrote it on the plane.
Did you? Okay,
Man,
cool.
Yeah.
I wrote this much.
I'm gonna start. That's a blank screen.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Nice.
My man. It's all up here.
I will start by addressing the fears that I had, or not fears, the
elephant?
concerns I had going into the movie. My main thing, and I told both of you guys this, is that it didn't look like the Pokemon world to me. It looked like just the real world, basically, with Pokemon shoehorned into it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very, very pleasantly surprised at how well they did build out this world. It felt like so much more than just the real world with Pokemon shoehorned into it. And part of that is a lot of the movie takes place in Rhyme City, which is kind of a metropolis. It's kind of a modern day regular city. And it's a place where Pokemon and people coexist. That's not a spoiler, right?
No.
Yeah.
It's
Is
the
Rhyme
trailer.
City exists elsewhere too, right?
It's not
Outside of this movie.
like in the Pokemon games.
And
Yeah,
it's not.
doesn't
It's
it?
not spoilering. It's just
Okay,
a set.
fair.
It's a setting.
Yeah, so there's a reason
I'm
why.
looking up the actual city though. in
Okay.
the game.
Well,
Hang on.
they shot it in London, I believe.
Got it.
No, I'm talking about like in the Pokemon games, like what
Got it.
the city's called, because there's a actual like city in X and
X and
Y.
Y.
I
That
believe.
that's modeled after Paris. That's a different city. I think.
yeah, I know, but
don't
it's
know
still
what called.
it's still a city.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, there's a reason that there is this big city and it's very technologically developed and there's Pokemon everywhere and not many Pokeballs, not much Pokemon battling. And that actually felt like a really cool niche in the world of Pokemon to me. And I could imagine the smaller towns and the countrysides and the stuff that takes place in the Pokemon games existing in the same universe. So this was like a really cool sidestep into the Pokemon universe rather than just like remaking one of the old games and turning it into a movie. They kind of introduced you to the greater Pokemon world through a very specific city and set of circumstances. And they did a good job of tying what happened throughout the plot of this movie into some of the events we've seen in previous games and previous movies. I thought it was very clever. It's not like you would expect the first Pokemon movie, live action movie, to be kind of a basic, straightforward Pokemon story. But they skirted around it and they told that story, but they told it in a very unique way through an interesting set of characters. I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what'd you guys think?
Zach.
I got nothing, he says.
No, I do, but I want to hear what Zach has to say.
Yeah.
He wrote notes down.
Yeah, this is good.
So, I thought the movie looked great.
Looked great visually, you mean?
Visually,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought the Pokemon looked great. I thought the models were great. I thought
They were
the
very believable.
CGI, the audio was
They
great.
fit. Yep.
I had a problem with the characters.
Which ones?
The main characters. It was Justice Smith, and I don't know the main actress in it.
It's okay.
Oh, okay.
She didn't matter.
I didn't like their characters. I think they're underdeveloped. I don't think they're comfortable in their roles. In the very beginning of the movie, there is another character who is probably more well known than those two. And I thought when I saw him, I thought he was going to be the main character.
Oh,
And I thought he would have fit better being the main character
yeah.
than Justice Smith did.
Interesting.
I also thought some of the things they pushed throughout the movie, I thought they're cheesy and forced.
Oh, yeah, there's some
and
major cheese.
Made it uncomfortable.
Yeah, like relationships.
Are you talking about humor or what?
No, like basically I know exactly like
The
the relationship between the actor and actress. Like
It could have
it felt really really forced.
and it could have been platonic and could have been completely normal, but they felt like because it was in my opinion, a boy and a girl, that there had to be some sort of relationship thing going
Yeah,
on,
romantic
some sort of
thing.
crush.
Yeah, it was really really just absolutely pushed onto us, and it felt weird.
I didn't even pick up on that, you guys. To
Oh
be
really?
honest with you.
Think about the newsroom scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I was more focused on the bigger plot than minor
So,
character
I get it.
interactions.
With that, I get where you're coming from about the city, about how it really feels like the Pokemon world.
Yeah.
But in the very beginning of the movie, I didn't feel like it was a Pokemon world.
Okay.
Because I felt like throughout whatever Pokemon thing I experienced is that we got what they had in the city, is that people interacting with Pokemon constantly everywhere. Everyone had their own Pokemon.
Yep.
Not exactly the case.
Yeah.
But when you go to the city, that's when you have this interaction.
But did
So
you
I didn't
feel
enjoy
like
that.
the Pokemon stuff you're looking for could exist outside of this city?
Yeah,
In the
absolutely.
same world. That's where I'm
Absolutely,
coming
yes,
from.
Yeah. I could feel that. But I didn't feel like they portrayed the games and stuff that we know properly in the movie.
I think that comes later. I think we'll get it, but I
So
think that
I mean,
comes later.
and that's another question: is this basically a quote unquote intro story for the Pokemon genre to people that don't play the games?
I think so.
And when you ask that question, the answer is yes. It feels like that, and then it starts to make sense.
Yep.
You know, because they just kind of condensed it to kind of make it easier.
Yeah.
And then kind of like the final last thing is I didn't like the plot at all.
No, okay.
I thought it was all over the place. I thought it was misleading in a bad way.
Interesting.
I thought they could have gone with a better story and like a better plot.
Let me ask you this. Try not to be spoiler here. Have you seen the Pokemon, the first movie?
No.
You should watch it.
Okay.
It sheds some different light on the plot of this movie.
Okay. I felt like a lot of things they didn't make any sense.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm not a cinematographer. Like I'm not a big film critic. I'm not into like breaking down movies and stuff like that.
Sure.
But the plot didn't make a lot of sense to me. And then there's a lot of CGI stuff that just stood out to me that shouldn't have.
Any specifics? Or not really?
I can tell you one.
Can there?
I'll tell you mine.
Think about it.
Because
Let Scott say some stuff.
What I know exactly what he's talking about. Like, and it was probably the biggest thing that bothered me is it felt like they took a Pokemon and copy and pasted it like 20 times and then just slapped it on the screen.
I noticed that after the fact.
I mean,
Yeah.
Pokemon do hang out in packs and groups, though.
but not
like monkeys, for example.
So I was
Mankeys, you mean?
Yeah,
You
they were-
uncultured
those
swine.
were not Mankeys. The ones
they're
that I'm
they're
talking
called
about.
Apoms.
Oh, okay,
First
yeah.
of all, you uncultured swine.
Fine, monkey Pokemon.
No.
Let's
But
just call them
here's
that.
here's the example. Like towards the end of the movie, like during the climax scene, they have like this big sweeping wide shot, and specifically there was like 10 Sneasels in a row, just going straight up the lane there.
Yeah.
It's like, why is there 10 of them? Like
You told me that.
as like an Apom
concern.
or like a Pidgey or something, I would understand. But like, this is not a normal Pokemon.
But a person like me who plays one game every 3-4 generations
Yeah.
and doesn't know all the Pokemon, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
I bet most viewers would not even notice that.
I mean, most people who play Pokemon would know that, and those are the people that they were really going after.
Huh. I missed it. I missed that entirely.
I did as well. I was so enthralled with how good everything looked.
It looked. I'm not saying it didn't look great.
Good. I know,
but I hate the fact that they had so many choices, and they decided to just stick with a handful.
That's fair.
Like the 3 main starter Pokemon, Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle. I get it because they're very well known, so people just kind of pick up on them.
And then they're all kind of off, weren't they?
But then, after that, it was a bunch of different Pokemon, which I can appreciate. But like at some points, it just felt like you saw the same exact Pokemon slapped on the screen 40 times.
That's fine.
Just because.
I mean, they've got to pull some punches because they're making more movies. You know what I mean? You can't.
They
put
have
all
over 900 Pokemon
well, you don't want to put them all
choose from.
Plus, there's regions, obviously, so not every Pokemon's going to live in this region.
They
Do we even know where Rhyme City is?
No.
What region of
they didn't explain it.
Okay.
But that doesn't matter because you can still have Pokemon in different regions.
Yeah, because people go to Rhyme City.
Yeah.
From other regions.
So it's like a main hub.
There's not going to be as many, though, that just naturally
No, but
appear
there's not going to be 10 Sneasels just standing in a row because,
You're mad about the Sneasels.
I'm really mad.
Don't get too hung up on the Sneasels.
I'm sorry, I can't.
Because I didn't even notice it. I think a lot of people wouldn't even have noticed that.
$5 says a lot.
Here's another weird thing about this movie. The tone and the humor did not match what I think of as a kid's movie at all.
It wasn't meant to be a kid's movie.
Apparently not. A lot of people said it was, though, and kind of positioned it that way.
It was like a PG movie. It was like a. It was.
I would take it a step further. There was some pretty cute, crude humor in the movie, which, I mean, I'm not getting hung up on that. It doesn't bother me that much. It just didn't really fit like a typical kids movie, something I would watch with my kids, you know? So
would you would you take your kids to go see it?
No, and the main reason is I think they would have been bored. Like the main plot was pretty elaborate. Zach, you maybe touched on the fact that you thought it was kind of scattered and all over the place and maybe a little hard to follow. Part of that was that a lot of it was rooted in past lore. Yeah. And if you didn't pick up on that, it probably wouldn't have clicked and connected.
Yeah. If you were to watch the first Pokemon movie, you would understand a lot more, especially about like Mewtwo.
Yeah.
In general.
But there was a lot of exposition, a lot of dialogue, a lot of character drama that I don't think my kids would care about at all. They would like seeing the CG Pokemon and they might enjoy some of the bigger plot points, but it was a little bit too nuanced, I think, to be a good kids movie. Plus, Ryan Reynolds was great as Detective Pikachu, but he was a little too snarky and a little too crude sometimes to be like a charming Pikachu character for me. Yeah. There's plot explanation for that. There's reasons for all of it, but it didn't really like my kids would see that version of Pikachu and be like, that's kind of weird. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel it.
And then if they didn't pick up on the exposition of why he was the way he was, then that connection would always sit there for them. They'd be like, well, that was a weird Pikachu. I don't get it. Yeah. You know? So there was some weird...
So what you're saying is your kids are dumb. I'm joking.
That's messed up. There was some tonal issues with the movie if you see it as a kid's movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And how do you make a Pokemon movie and say it's not a kid's movie? That seems weird. Who's it for if it's not for kids?
It's for
longtime
people
fans
who watch Deadpool.
Yeah, apparently. And people like that would probably really enjoy it, right? People that are
I see what you're saying. For me personally, like oh my gosh, stop. I really liked the movie. I liked everything. Like being a Pokemon fan, it scratched the itch that I wanted a Pokemon movie to scratch.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree with Zach on some of his points. Like I felt like the main character's like relationship felt absolutely forced, and it was really cringy. Yeah. Actually, like it felt really weird, and I just didn't like it. But I love the way the Pokemon look. I love the way I really enjoyed the way the story played out. I thought it was really good. I agree with you that you would have to know some semblance of Pokemon to kind of get some of the other plot points that they were talking about. Not you don't have to watch the anime like super deep into it.
I think if you just watch the first movie, you'd get most of the overarching plot points
Yep.
that you need to.
Exactly.
And you should, Zach. It's good.
Yeah, it is,
I mean,
it's
like
good.
I understand the story. I understand the whole thing about Mewtwo. And
Do you?
I get it.
Do
You think you do?
But I feel like it was so left and right. They went from way over here to way over here to way over here. That
Yeah.
if it is an introduction into the Pokemon world for normal people that don't play the games, is a little bit too obscure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
For my liking.
That's
for
fair.
Yeah.
what the movie should have been. And then when it comes to like the CGI and the like the cinematic plot holes and stuff that like I really picked up on, I thought were super obvious that shouldn't have been there. I can't really talk about them. I think it gives away too much.
That's fair. Maybe another day we'll get a little more spoilery.
The only thing I could say is that there was a secret place that some characters were sneaking into, and it just didn't make any sense.
Yeah, because you haven't seen the first movie.
It would help with that.
Would it?
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
For sure.
dead serious. If you watch the first
Okay,
movie,
fine.
the first Pokemon movie,
Maybe I'll go back and I'll watch the first movie.
Okay.
it'll make a lot more sense.
Okay.
I'd
Yeah.
say so.
I don't know. I really liked the kind of basically ending act of the movie. Like the whole basically like culmination fight scene and everything, and if you were to watch the first Pokemon movie, which it sounds really dumb because the movie came out in like 1998 or 9 or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like really old, but like for whatever reason, yes, that movie in particular would make Detective Pikachu a whole lot
Isn't that
more
weird?
sense.
The
Yeah.
funny thing is that movie's being remade this year as
Yeah.
well, so people
Yeah.
get the chance to see it. If they came out in reverse, it would have helped, right?
Yeah,
if people could have seen
but
that
movie's
first.
that that movie's not going to theaters.
It's
it's
in
like-
theaters in Japan. We may not see a theatrical release here. Maybe we will. Sometimes they do like Fathom events and they'll show them in select theaters.
Sad.
Yeah,
But I want it in English.
that'd be nice.
I don't want to read. I don't want to read my movie. I don't want to read for 2 hours.
and you said the original English voice cast is redoing it, didn't you? I think you told me that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's cool.
So you have Ryan Reynolds, obviously as Pikachu. You have Justice Smith as the main actor. You have Catherine Newton as the main actress, and then Justice Smith sidekick was Karen Sony or Karan Sony.
Great. What does that mean to us?
Let's see what he was in.
Okay.
Ken Watanabe had a great role too.
He was Deadpool's sidekick basically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he was the taxi driver.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's where he was
Fun
from.
little reference there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I thought he was way funnier and could have been a way better main character.
Yeah,
than
I think
Justice
so too.
Yeah.
I like Justin Smith though. Like he's good.
He was fine.
He was good in Jurassic Park or Jurassic World.
He was
rather.
the reluctant,
He was okay.
unlikely central character.
Yeah.
But the movie was way more about the bigger plot than it was about any one character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but he was on screen
He was.
85% of the time, you know. So I think that plays a lot, even if he wasn't the main focus.
And let's be honest, Pikachu was the main character, the focus of the movie.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He was kind of a supporting actor, I guess, which is weird because he was the real one and
Yeah,
Pikachu was
right.
the CG.
Right.
Yeah. Here's something weird to think about, kind of a parting thought. The only other movie we have confirmed for the greater Pokemon cinematic universe is Detective Pikachu 2, which, those spoilers, it doesn't really lend itself to a sequel all that well. So who knows
No.
where they're going to go with a plot. And also, you would think this was like kind of the weird, quirky sidestep into this universe.
Yeah.
Maybe next we'd get a proper Pokemon movie, but it doesn't sound like
people.
it. So.
People were joking about having a Detective Pikachu and then.
Detective something else.
No. It was
Detective Onyx.
It was Detective Pikachu and Attorney Law Eevee.
Okay.
just as a meme.
I'm fine with
It's
that.
not an actual thing, but
Yeah.
it was just a funny little reference.
There wasn't much Eevee in that movie. Maybe a little bit.
No, they had Flareon.
Yeah, right.
That was it.
Right.
Which I thought was like, why Flareon? Like Flareon's not even the most popular one.
That's true.
I feel like Jolteon's way more popular.
Can we,
And if you really want to get particular,
Yeah.
I dare say that like either Sylveon or Espeon are the most popular Eevee evolutions.
All three of my daughter's favorite.
But
is
don't at me,
Vaporeon.
Leafeon.
Leafy.
Leafeon's my favorite. Don't at me, bro. I don't care what you say.
Everybody at him. Whatever
No.
that means.
Leafeon is my favorite evolution. I don't
That's
even
fine.
care.
You're entitled to that.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, it's
and
cool.
it's the best Eevee
It's all good.
in IMO. Anyway,
What do you guys want to talk about?
let's talk about.
Can I tell you about Can I tell you guys about Super Mario Maker 2?
Please, actually, I would absolutely love for you to.
We had a 15-minute Nintendo Direct while you guys were gone.
Yeah, I heard about it.
About Super Mario Maker 2.
Yes.
And usually the game-specific directs, you go into them thinking, okay, we'll get a few new details. It's going to be mostly stuff we already know, but they'll hit in a few points that
we barely knew anything
a few
to
new
start
reveals.
with.
You can extract a lot just from the title that it's Super Mario Maker 2. It's going to be more of the same, plus they're going to add tons of stuff. I was pretty floored, though, by how many cool elements they have added to this game.
Cool.
There is so much in this game. It's overwhelming to think of how many possibilities there's going to be. And I will tell you the majority of the new stuff that they threw in there. And then keep in mind, this is being added to all the stuff that was already in Super Mario Maker. This game is just massive. It's kind of mind-blowing. Okay, so they started off the Direct kind of slow by just showing basically how the game works. Because we've seen, we've had one already. We know how the game works. You kind of just take elements from the Mario universe, place them in a world, and they interact with each other. They interact with Mario, and you make your own levels. Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So for the first few minutes, we're like, okay, this is about what I expected from a Direct based on a single game. And then about 3 minutes in, it took a turn, and they started going hard on all new stuff we have not seen before in the first game. And it's really, really dynamic stuff that's going to change the game dramatically. Okay, I want your feedback on all of these, you guys.
Okay.
Slopes. Slopes are awesome.
Yeah, where you can slide down them.
You could set just a massive hill of things to slide through.
Yeah.
And as you slide through them, all these little points come up and you end up getting 1-ups toward the end of it.
Wow.
Slopes are going to be awesome. Angry Sun is in the game. We already knew this, but it's going to be a blast. And they showed the Angry Sun from each tile set. It looks different in each one of the tile sets.
So it's not just one specific one.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
The new Super Mario Bros. One actually looks really bizarre. You guys should look at it. It's kind of like some tribal mask version
I'll watch it when I
of
get
the Angry
home.
Sun.
I'll
Yeah,
watch
watch the whole Direct. It looks great. The snake block is in the game, which is the block that kind of turns into a platform and traces a route through a level, and you kind of have to just stay perched on top of it.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes way up in the air, and it's really hard to make the jump to get on top of it. Otherwise, you get dropped off.
Yep.
That thing's going to be fun. The on-off switch. This is one of the most interesting things that they've added to the game because it affects everything else in the game. The examples they showed were the on-off switch comes with 2 sets of blocks, red blocks and blue blocks. Mm-hmm. When you hit the switch, one becomes active and one becomes inactive.
Yeah.
So you have a wall of red blocks and it's solid. You hit the switch, it becomes transparent. And then you can walk through it. That's one application of it. You can also tie the on-off switch to things like conveyor belts that will change the direction that the conveyor belt is moving when you hit the switch. There are platforms that move along the little tracks, and you can switch the track to make it go in different directions when you hit that on-off switch.
Okay.
So it's one of those elements you can tie to almost anything else in the game, and it will change the way it behaves. People are going to come up with some crazy stuff with that.
People are already going to come up with some crazy stuff anyway.
Of course they are, but this just gives them so much more freedom for their imagination.
I'm really excited to play the Don't Move tracks.
Oh, no.
With music blocks.
Oh, I'll touch on that. There's good news on that.
Ugh.
On that front, too. The swinging claw, which is a claw from a crane game, and when you jump into it, it grabs you, and when you jump again, you jump off of it. And it's kind of like a vine.
Is that a new element?
I don't even think that's been in any Mario game.
In any Mario game.
It's kind of like Pitfall. You grab a vine and swing, and you jump off the other side.
Nice.
So that opens tons of cool, fast-paced platforming possibilities. The previous game only had water or no water. They didn't have levels of water like a lot of Mario levels tend to do.
Yeah.
So in this game, you can have water just at the bottom of the stage, or you can adjust the water to any level throughout the stage. So you can have it take up half the screen. You can have it take up almost all of the screen.
I wonder if you can have it
very
lower
little. And you can absolutely have it rise and lower over the course of the level. And all of this applies to lava as well as water. So you could do rising lava levels.
What if you did the ceiling would be lava and then the bottom would be lava and then it would go up and down and then...
I don't think you could do the ceiling as lava.
Oh.
No, but you can have lava at the bottom that rises and lowers over the course of the level. Still, it's a cool addition.
Yeah, it is a cool addition.
They added vertical sub areas,
okay.
So you can have parts of the level that go up instead of go sideways, which is great because those have always been a key part of a lot of Mario games, scrolling up, and we haven't been able to do that in Super Mario Maker until now. Dry bones shell is a cool new item that they added.
Okay.
So it's kind of like Karibo's shoe. You sit in it and you bounce around.
Yeah.
It makes you impervious to lava, so you can walk in lava with the dry bones shell.
And this is new.
Yeah, this is an entirely new item that has not appeared in a Mario game before.
Nice.
Also, it has a kind of a little invincibility mechanic. You know how when you jump on dry bones, he kind of shatters into a pile of bones? While you're in dry bones shell, you can shatter into a little pile and you're invincible for a couple seconds.
Oh, cool.
So it gives you a way to avoid obstacles when you have that item. They added 10, 30, and 50 coins, so the big coins that give you a chunk of coins all at once.
Yeah.
Nice little reward incentive thing to get people to go to areas of the levels they might not otherwise and pull off more daring feats. There's a lot of new sound effects added. I don't know if you remember adding sound effects to things in the first game, but it was a lot of fun. And they also
like
come with little,
stuff.
they come with little visual flair
like
too.
confetti and fireworks. Stuff.
Confetti. Yeah, exactly. So they added a bunch new sound effects. You could do co-op creation now, so two people can work on a level simultaneously.
That's obnoxious.
You think it'd be annoying?
That would not work.
If you're on the same level or on the same page and you're working toward a similar thing, it would maybe just save time. You're like, you work on this half and do this. I'll work on this half and do this. And or what if you're completely at odds with each other, and because of that, you come up with something crazy and new that you wouldn't have otherwise?
Would that be like? Would you be doing it on one switch, or is that like two switches?
This is a single screen thing. Yeah.
Yikes. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just something new. You don't have to mess with it, but it's there if you want it.
I'm not going to, Brittin.
That's fine. You won't make a level with me?
No.
That hurts, man.
What if he actually invited you over to his house to make a level?
Yeah, then would you?
That would require you to invite me over to your house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
I wish
Big
this.
ask,
I wish
big
this
ask.
was. I wish this wasn't a meme, but you know.
Oh, stop. Someday, you guys.
Big
Someday.
mood, big mood.
When the kids move out.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
So never, basically.
Yeah. He'll die before then.
Here's another like absolutely game-changing element that they added. They added clear conditions. So instead of just getting to the end of the level and hitting the flag, you can set it so almost anything meets the win condition for the level. You have to kill 50 Goombas. You have to collect 20 coins.
Okay.
You have to eliminate all of one certain enemy type from the level. So instead of before, the only objective was to get to the end of the level. Now you have a massive variety in objectives for what you have to do to complete the level.
Nice.
That's going to make so much new creativity.
So that puts like So say you have like a minute to collect 100 coins.
Sure, yeah.
So.
Timers, collection requirements, all kinds of
You know,
stuff.
it'd be really cool.
What?
I think as a thing for VGRx to do
Okay.
is
Make our own level.
Make our own levels.
Totally.
Put our levels out there for the week,
Sorry.
or put a level out there for the week. And then whoever made it, say Scott made it,
Right.
we can play it, and then whoever listens to the show can play it.
Yeah, and if they beat it and tell us, we'll shout them out on the show.
We'll shout them out
yeah,
on the
for
show.
Sure. That'd
We'll
be fun.
talk about the level and that kind of thing. I have never played it,
It's fun, man.
and so
Have you ever played Mario?
So I have a couple questions to ask you guys.
That was
Okay.
a serious question.
There's yeah, I have. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah,
Which ones?
dude, I don't know. Don't
Okay.
ask me that.
Cool.
You know I'm not like
the one where he runs
So playing
to the
Mario.
right and
So
jumps.
playing Mario Maker is like playing Mario.
Yeah, I know.
Kinda.
But you make your own levels.
Kinda.
It's so
Here's
crazy
the thing,
stuff
Zach. You
happened.
don't have to. You can play this as just a I want to play levels kind of game,
Yeah.
and it's still a fully featured awesome.
I want to
game,
hear.
so.
I want to hear about the single player because I know that was the
Well,
thing that got
I'm
added.
getting there, but Zach had something to say
Okay.
first.
Yeah.
What were you gonna ask?
So I mean, there's a lot of games with like Forge mode and building modes and
Yeah.
stuff like that. How hard is it to get into this mode?
It's
what's-
not.
that's what's so
it's
great about
not
this.
hard
It's
at
not.
all. It's so easy.
This game has made creation so much easier than any other game with a level creator before.
Yeah.
Because you remember we were playing Far Cry 4, and the only way to play multiplayer is by playing created levels.
Right.
And I think I was
And they're
talking to
kinda
you when
rough.
I went in, and they were rough, and
Yeah.
it was hard and complicated.
Yeah.
You know.
Agreed. We couldn't even figure out how to finish the level, the one that we played.
Yeah, I
we
still
did a
remember
bunch of
those-
backtracking.
Those
and-
dark hallways
Yeah.
that we were wandering through.
Yeah, no, this isn't like that at all. So you put a question block on the screen, right? And you can drag anything you want into that question block. You can drag an enemy into it. You can drag a star into it.
You can drag
a
another
mushroom
block
into it.
it.
Extra coins. You can put anything in it.
Yep.
And then when Mario hits it with his head, that pops out. It's all literally that straightforward and that simple. You don't need a tutorial to know how to use all this stuff.
Okay.
You pick one
it's
block
very well
and you
conceived.
just go on your screen and go over. And then
Is
it's
this
there.
is this a $60 game?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
probably
for
will be.
sure.
But there's a lot of content there, so
I'm not even done telling you about all
and
the
it'll
content
keep you
in this
busy
game.
because people like even to this day, Mario Maker levels are still being made. Like
yeah.
Once
Oh, for sure.
Mario Maker 2 comes out, that'll obviously change. But
once the Wii U actually dies and they shut down servers and stuff like that.
Do you think they're going to provide a stylus? Because I know having a stylus, especially on the Wii U for
It'd
Mario
be nice.
Maker.
So is it the Japanese or the European version of the game? One of the two, there's a pre-order bonus of an official Nintendo stylus.
Why don't they just put one in the box?
But they didn't say anything about it for our version. So there's a couple reasons, I think. You can make levels completely with buttons and sticks. You don't have to use the touch screen at all. And that's important because if you're docked, you don't have access to the touch screen, right? So that's one reason. But also, I think they figure the screen is a decent enough size and you're not going to be using touchscreen controls the entire time to make it. So using your fingers not going to be that big of a challenge. We'll have to get hands-on and figure that out for ourselves. The other thing is any old stylus is going to work with it.
Yeah.
So you can easily buy whatever one you want.
Or just pull it out of your dead Wii U's body.
Oh, that poor thing. No, actually, that one wouldn't work, I don't think.
Oh, really?
That was the old style touchscreen, resistive, I think. And we're capacitive now, so you need a capacitive stylus for it.
Well, I guess the Wii U is completely
It
useless.
has no use whatsoever anymore
Rip.
after this game hits.
Rip.
A couple more new element. Oh, what you got,
I was
Zach?
going to say this forum says that most capacitive stylus should work with the Switch.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so a couple more elements that they added, and then I'll get into the story mode, which you asked about, Scott.
Yeah.
They added cyclones, which were in Super Mario Bros. 3. I don't know if they appeared in any of the other games, but you jump into them, they launch you up in the air.
Yeah.
Icicles that fall from the ceiling when you walk underneath them. Parachutes that can be put on any element of the level, and it makes it kind of just drift slowly downward.
Yeah.
And, I love this one. Colored Yoshis are back. So the one they showed is the red Yoshi that breathes fire, but each of the different colored Yoshis had different attributes.
Okay, cool.
Which was super cool. That's from Super Mario World. And was Yoshi in Super Mario Maker all that much? I guess you could ride Green Yoshi, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember him seeing featured. No, because he wasn't in it at all. Because was there an 8-bit version of Yoshi? I don't recall that.
No, there was a 16-bit version, so you could have Yoshi in.
But they had everything in that game spanned all three versions.
No, they didn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, 100%.
So there was Yoshi, but he was only available in the Super Nintendo style.
Yeah, in Super Nintendo and then New Super Mario.
Interesting. Okay, I didn't recall that. Anyway, Yoshi's here. He's great, and now he's colored Yoshi, and he can do all kinds of cool things.
Before you get into the single player stuff, my question is Amiibo support was massive for the game. Are they going to do that again?
They did not touch on it, so that's still a question mark. If they do, I thought about this too. If they do, they've got to extend it beyond just the 8-bit aesthetic. Yes. You know what I mean?
That's a lot of designs, though.
I know. That would take so much time and effort. What I was thinking is maybe they roll out that initial support with like 10 Amiibo or something, and then slowly as time goes on, they could add more and more.
I'd be fine if they just did 8-bit, though.
Would you?
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, I loved playing around with different characters and costumes, but there's so many other cool art styles in that game that I want to play with.
Yeah.
And if you're stuck to just 8-bit, you don't see a lot of what the game has to offer.
Yeah, but
imagine basically
that's hundreds upon hundreds of Amiibos.
I know. Or they could pare that
design.
down. I think they could pare that down. Like, what if they just went with just the Smash, the Smash roster?
But I feel like at that point they're limiting themselves.
I know.
Why would they do that?
But they can always add stuff later.
But think about it this way: when you're doing 8-bit, 8-bit Sprite has 2 images to it.
Yeah.
No, 3. It has a jump.
There's also walking. So
there's a walk.
There's a couple for walk.
It has
a
duck, and that's it.
Yeah.
So
they also added cool sound effects for each one.
That is 3. Yeah.
There's also swimming animations.
Not an 8-bit.
Yeah, there are. When you were one of the Splatoon characters, you would actually turn into a squid when you're in the water. There was a lot of cool attention to detail like that.
Yeah, but like that means they'd have to span that over 3 games. Like I'd be fine if they just kept it.
Imagine if the new Super Mario Brothers aesthetic was basically just characters from Smash Bros. Running around the levels. Those models.
My man.
I think it'd be great.
Okay, let's go to single player.
All right, so talking about the story mode, it actually sounds pretty well thought out this time. In Super Mario Maker 1, it was basically just a string of levels that you went through.
Yeah.
And they were pretty cool levels.
And they were user created levels.
No, these were created within Nintendo.
Oh, were they?
These were professionally made levels. Okay. They may have had a competition where a couple levels were generated by groups from outside Nintendo.
Yeah.
But by and large, these were levels made by staff at Nintendo.
Got it.
So the story mode this time has over 100 levels, which sounds awesome, and it revolves around an actual little plot. Peach's castle is missing for some reason, and Mario's got his construction gear on. He's the foreman. He's in charge of rebuilding Peach's castle. So to rebuild Peach's castle, you are playing through Mario levels, a variety of Mario levels, and collecting coins, and the coins are what you use to rebuild parts of the castle.
Okay.
And eventually you reconstruct the whole castle.
Wow, so they finally gave purpose to a coin.
Yeah, there you go.
After this many years.
Hey, you get 100, you get an extra life.
Finally gave us a reason to collect coins.
Yeah, I actually really appreciate that, because coins, you put them in a level and they don't have a ton of meaning.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, even as not a big Mario fan,
Yeah.
that means a lot.
And also, the
Hey, Zach, what
single
Mario games have you played?
Stop, Scott.
have you thought about it? The single player part of the game is actually fully in 3D. It looks like a 3D Mario game.
So it's like a new Super Mario.
No, fully 3D, not side scrolling at all.
Calm down.
This part of the
Calm
game,
down.
you're running around
down.
a 3D
So like
iteration of Mushroom Kingdom.
so like new Super Mario Brothers 3D.
No, more like Super Mario Galaxy and Super Mario 64 and Super Mario, what's the latest one?
Seriously?
Odyssey. Yeah, it's fully 3D. Wow. And I don't think you're doing a ton of platforming here, but it's like a hub world that you're running around, interacting with characters and getting your missions
Okay, cool.
and learning about the levels you're going to
Do
go
we get side quests?
on. I don't know, man.
Does
That'd be
Banjo-Kazooie
cool.
show up?
You love side quests.
I hope not.
Yo, does Banjo-Kazooie
I
show
sure
up
hope not.
and help them
Not a
build
fan.
stuff?
Yeah, I don't think so. There could be some cool cameos. Who knows? People are real excited about Undo Dog. You remember Undo Dog from Super Mario Maker?
Yeah.
The little
absolutely.
icon. So he's a 3D character in this
Oh my god.
single player portion of the game. People like him. He's a fan favorite.
Undo Dog.
Undo Dog.
That's
All
a great name, Undo.
Isn't it?
I never thought about
He's
it.
gonna become a meme. He might be in Smash Bros at some point, for all we know.
Undo Dog.
That'd be good. So yeah, the single player sounds really good this time around. I'm
Cool.
excited about it. A few other things they added. They added more themes. So in the past, what did we have? We had Ghost House theme.
Yeah.
We had
Water, underwater.
Yeah, exactly. So they've added desert, which is awesome, across all the tile sets. They've added snow.
Cool.
They've added forest.
Cool.
And they've added sky.
Nice.
So we're getting close to 10 different themes you can play around with.
They're
for each of
really
the levels.
shoving a lot of stuff in this game.
I'm telling you, we're not done yet.
See, this is why it's totally worth the $60 price tags. Game developers, take note.
Seriously, pack
The
your game full of
whole-
content.
Pack
We'll
your game
appreciate
full
it.
of crap.
No,
okay?
these are
But
all
like
quality
good,
editions.
This is good crap. This is good crap.
Oh, good crap.
Yeah.
Thanks for qualifying.
Yeah,
that.
this is good crap.
Yeah.
Stuff your game full of good crap, and then maybe we'll consider your $60 price tag absolutely worth it.
Yep. I know I will.
I'm gonna buy it.
Dude.
I'm excited.
How could you not?
Yeah.
Here's a big one.
Uh-huh.
I feel like I've
Hit me
said
with
that
it.
10 times already. This
Yeah.
one really is, though. Brand new music by Koji Kondo,
Ooh.
the composer of the original Super Mario Bros.
Wow.
And many, many games in the series.
Dang.
That's huge.
They're going all in
That's
on this
huge.
game, aren't they?
They really are.
They're like, this is our new Switch game. And I mean, probably because they didn't expect the success of the first one to be as massive as it was.
Right.
And like, all this stuff is literally just like quality of life stuff that fans are begging for. And they're like, here it is. Like,
Here's everything you asked
here's
for.
literally everything you asked
Pretty
for.
much. I don't think many people could complain after watching this direct
No.
that there's things missing. This is really interesting. So they added a moon, and it turns levels to night.
Okay.
And whenever you turn a level to night, it completely changes the properties of the level. For example, if you're using the underground theme, everything gets turned upside down. So you're literally playing upside down.
What?
Right. If you add the night theme to a ghost house, everything is dark except for the little circle of light around Mario.
Oh. I
if-
wonder if you can like put lanterns down and like extend the light.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm
Okay.
sure they've thought of that. I'm absolutely sure they have.
Yeah.
In the sky theme, you get low gravity, which is completely dynamic and different.
Interesting.
In the desert theme, you get a sandstorm.
Cool.
In the snow theme, the ground gets slippery. In the forest theme, the water at the bottom of the level turns into poison.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Cool.
That just, it's another thing that changes everything else in the
another
game.
layer, yeah.
I love it. I love it. So here's something crazy. We already knew this, but the 3D world, Super Mario 3D World has a tile set essentially in this game. And apparently that exists completely independently of everything else. So the stuff you make in 3D World is not compatible with the rest of the themes.
Yeah.
But because of that, you can do a ton of interesting, unique 3D World specific things. One example is Cat Mario. The Cat Mario suit is in the 3D World version of the game. And it lets you do all the moves that Cat Mario has. You can run up walls. You can actually run up walls on the back of the screen and go up into the environment. You could do his like jump in the air and downward scratch attack. You can do the scratch spin. So like all of his moves from Super Mario 3D World exist in this.
Huh.
Super cool. They added the clear pipes from Super Mario 3D World,
Yeah, those
which
are
you
cool.
can, you can route around the map in any direction and Mario flies through them. Enemies can go through them too. They added crates, which you can pick up and throw and make staircases and platforms and stuff like that. Warp boxes, which take you from one point of the level to another. Spike blocks, which randomly will go spiky and non-spiky, or like to a set pattern. Exclamation point blocks, which every time you hit them, the block extends further in one direction. So you keep hitting it and it ends up making a platform that you can walk on. The blinking blocks, which I'm really excited about, which, to the rhythm of the music of the level will switch from clear to solid. And you have to navigate them kind of almost as a rhythm game as the music plays. There's just so many. I can't go through all these. There's a car. They added a car. So it's called a Koopa Troopa car, and you can jump in it, and you're just driving through these levels.
So they gave us a ton of stuff.
So much stuff.
Yeah, these levels sound like they're going to be crazy.
Yeah, there's going to be tons of interesting things that people are making.
Hey,
Meowser is in the game, which is fantastic.
Meowser?
Did you play 3D World?
Meowth Bowser?
Did you play 3D World?
Yeah, I did.
Did you beat it?
No. But I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's the cat suit in that game.
Yeah.
Spoilers. At the end of the game, Bowser gets his hand on a cat suit and becomes Cat Bowser.
Yeah.
And he has tons of awesome moves.
Meowser.
Meowser. That's what we lovingly refer to him as. Meowser. So he's going to be another
do you think they're going to have
big boss type
do you
character.
think they're going to make the mistake of adding the mushroom crown into the game?
What did that do?
That turned Goombella into, or not Goombella, what's her name? Toadette into Princess Peach.
Oh,
that's where the whole like Bowsette meme.
that's
came
something
from.
you save for a launch for people to discover on their own, or you save it for like a big reveal right before launch. Yeah, I hope not. Guys, we're almost there. There's a couple. This all happened in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a couple more things. How are we doing on time? I can run through these real quick.
Can you blab for 10 minutes?
Oh, for sure. Okay,
cool. I know you can.
So this was a big deal with the first Super Mario Maker. Searching for levels was a problem.
Yeah.
It didn't work well. You basically had to go outside of the game and go to message boards and stuff to find the kinds of levels that you wanted.
Yeah.
They have massively improved the search functions in this game. The main thing they've added that makes all the difference in the world is tags. So you can tag your level with all kinds of specific tags that tell people what kind of level
Like
it is.
Death Run or like
So
Don't Move.
here's a couple examples. There's Puzzle,
Uh-huh.
which a lot of the levels in Super Mario Maker were just like one screen puzzles, where instead of doing platforming, you're just trying to figure out how to get through it. Auto Scroll, which is a big one. Auto Play, which if you can eliminate all the auto play levels, we'll be happy. That, I don't know if you played much of the first one, but eventually you could do 100 Mario Run and half the levels were autoplay levels where you don't even touch the controller.
Yeah.
It's cool to watch, and it's like a Rube Goldberg machine, but it gets old fast, even though it's really impressive what people pulled off.
Yeah.
So eliminating those will be cool. Short is another tag you can put in there. Music levels, which was another big one where they add the music notes and have it play songs as you go through the level.
Yeah, like Totoro's Africa.
Sure. Wait,
Toto's
yeah.
Africa.
Totoro.
Totoro.
That's a different
sorry.
band altogether.
That is a character from a Studio Ghibli movie.
Heck yes, it is. So yeah, tags are going to change things dramatically for how
It's
we
gonna
search
change
for
the
levels.
game.
It really is, literally. You can download levels that you really like that you play online to play offline. Just have them on your system, play them anytime. Every person who makes levels is going to have their own profile, and your profile will get upvoted and downvoted based on how much people like your levels. People can follow you. People can find your content easily that way. And there's leaderboards for how you play on both online and offline levels. So you can compare your performance in these levels to other people.
Cool.
Here's a big one too. There's multiplayer in this game.
Cool.
So as of now, we only know of online multiplayer, not local multiplayer. But there's 4-player simultaneous gameplay in these games. So some levels will be designed completely around 4 people running through the level at the same time. There's both versus and co-op. So in versus, the goal is to either meet all the clear objectives or get to the end of the level first, and whoever does wins. But then there's also co-op, where you're going to have to craft levels that people need to work together, hit switches and stuff like that to be able to get through the levels. And to get everyone to the end is going to be a challenge.
Cool.
So yeah, multiplayer adds a whole new level to, or a whole new layer to what's going on in this game. And Whew, I'm tired.
I know you're talking a lot.
I know.
What's going on?
This was a 15-minute direct.
I know.
And 3 minutes of it were wasted on stuff we already knew.
I'm
So it
excited.
was really a 12-minute direct.
I'm excited to.
So much stuff.
I'm excited to watch it when I get home.
Yeah, you should
Cool.
totally watch it. You're gonna get
I'm
real
gonna sit on my
excited for this
computer for
game.
the next like 24 hours. So
Oh yeah,
I have
So
a lot
you
of.
can, you can
I have
kill
a lot
15
of-
minutes.
I have
on
a
this.
lot of catching up to do on
Nice.
my internet watching.
Nice. So yeah, that's all I'm going to share with you guys for now. But there's so much to look forward to in this game.
So
It's going to
is
be
it-
awesome. Zach, how interested are you in this game?
I think it's dynamic.
He's not. No, I'm joking. Hey
think-
Zach, what Mario games have you played?
I think it's dynamic. I think that I want to know if you have to have Nintendo's online service to be
Yes.
able to
You do.
play it.
You do to
I
play
hate-
the online levels.
Don't worry. If you
So
have,
to be able to
if you-
download levels, I need to have their online service.
Yes, it's an
It's an online game.
I hate that.
Why?
I hate
hey,
it.
do you have Amazon
You are
Prime?
such an
I
entitled
don't,
little.
no.
Hey,
I'm just
get
kidding.
Amazon Prime, get Twitch Prime, and then you get a free year of Nintendo service.
Or you could
for
just
free.
pay $20. Why do you think Nintendo
I
doesn't
don't
deserve
buy
this?
stuff on Amazon, huh?
So why do you think PlayStation deserves to charge for online? And Xbox deserves to charge for
Because
online.
they have
But-
really good AAA titles that require it.
like this.
This is an amazing AAA
I mean,
title.
it's
What are you
not-
talking
it's
about?
For some
it's
people,
not
this is
my AAA
for some
title,
people
you know?
this is way bigger than
Okay,
like
so
a
then
Call of
shut up,
Duty
Zach.
or an
Shut up.
Assassin's Creed.
Shut up.
I'm allowed to voice
I
my
will
opinion.
kill you.
You are, but it's
I will kill you
it's
right
$20 a year, and
Hey,
it's kind of
Zach,
silly to get too hung
shut
up
up.
on that.
But God,
Do I need to bring up Tetris 99 again?
Oh
too?
no!
please don't
God,
no.
please.
But then again, though, I think be able to like say you made a level or we make a level every week.
Mhm.
I think be able to play with you guys or run through certain levels with
So
you
then,
guys.
Yeah.
then
would
you'll
be-
pay for it.
Yeah, I think it'd be.
Well, I
worth it.
honestly
Cool.
think once you pay for it, you won't have that
Once you
attitude
pay
at all
for it,
anymore.
you'll play for it.
Nice. That should be their logo.
My
I
man.
don't think that would work too well for
No,
them.
it wouldn't.
Hey,
I honestly think you'd really have a lot of fun with it.
I hope you get it. It sounds like there's plenty of content to enjoy even offline, but a big part of this is playing the crazy levels that other players are coming
Yeah,
up with.
yeah.
So you do want Switch
I'm
Online.
not very interested in the story. I think I'd like the small little hop on, hop off aspect of
Yeah.
like finding a level, hopping on, playing it, liking it,
Yeah.
whatever, and then hopping off. Or
Sure.
if I go somewhere, just take with me.
I,
and play
uh,
Mario
How about
Maker.
getting into a group with 4 friends and
Huh?
doing a series of 20 levels together
Absolutely.
cooperatively
So the
or
question
competitively?
is there
Is there a
voice,
fourth person?
Is there voice chat?
Oh no,
Oh, I don't know. Probably not.
no.
But you don't need it.
That's what you have Discord for. You
don't need
uncultured
it.
swine.
Ooh, God.
Yeah. No, I don't know if Nintendo will ever get too hung up on that. They design their games accordingly, though. They design their
You don't
games in a
need
way
to-
that
you
you
do
don't
not-
need to
yeah,
talk. you don't need to communicate.
talk to.
All you would be
Years running
doing is
through.
laughing at each other and taunting each other.
Well,
I mean,
I'd be talking,
which
a lot.
could be
I
fun, I
and I laugh and taunt you all the time. So
I mean, constantly, yeah,
yeah, that's
absolutely
a
true.
pretty normal thing.
Hey,
Hey guys,
Hey, guys.
Zach, do you have a question? Wait, do you have who has the question?
I'm not done yet.
Oh, I don't. But let's
You're not done
let
with
Zach
what?
say some things.
Real quick, I have news.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Tim Schafer and Jack Black will have a panel at E3 about Psychonauts 2,
Oh, nice.
I'm
They're
going to E3 this year.
You
and
just
they're-
made Scott's day.
and they're going to show new gameplay and give us updates on it.
That's cool. This is at the Coliseum, right?
Dude,
The
I'm
E3 Coliseum.
I'm so excited that Jack Black is going to be a part of this game. I love that man.
Yeah.
And then of course Tim Schafer, he's my boy, so we went to high school
Have you
together.
been watching Jablonski at all lately?
I mean, I've been on
Jablonski
vacation.
Hasn't he been filming though? So there hasn't been much content.
Yeah,
on
he
it.
has been filming.
Yeah. I
'cause
don't know if he uploads every week.
Jumanji too.
Yeah, he's been filming Jumanji too.
Yep.
But I'm so excited.
He's a fun dude.
I want to meet Jack Black so badly someday. Like, he is probably one of my favorite actors of all time.
He's fun, man.
Period. Like, he is probably one of my favorite actors of all time.
Wow.
I love this man. He's
Wow.
great.
Yeah. I hope you get to meet him.
Thanks, man. I hope so
He's
too.
going to be at more and more game events if he keeps being in video
I
games
know.
like he has been.
Dude, what if he goes to PAX with
I
Tim
don't know
Schafer?
if he's going to go to PAX. He's a busy man. But yeah, he's real good buds with Tim, so
You have to edit that, man.
it'll be easy to find.
This is gonna be
the
this
bright side.
audio spike.
So excited. It's actually not as spiky as you think it is.
It's just a
Oh,
big, steady.
man.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
Also, speaking of video game movies, we're getting we might get a Just Cause movie with Jason Momoa.
That's dumb.
It's been in
Yeah,
the works
who
since
cares?
2017.
They just announced
Well,
the
let
Saints
it con-
Row movie, too.
let it
There's
con-
so many game movies
Let it
coming out.
continue to be in the works for another couple of years.
You're not
Anyway,
into it?
who has questions?
We don't.
And we
no.
don't.
It's okay. It's fine. Scott, don't get worked up.
I have a
about it,
question.
man.
I have a question. Zach, what Mario games have you played?
I'm out.
No,
Bye.
don't go. Okay, I got one.
Hit me with it.
How many, without thinking too much about this, how many proper Super Mario games are there? I'm including 2D and 3D in this. How many you got?
Oh, man.
27.
That's probably a pretty good guess. Just don't think about it too much. Just say something. And I'll even count like Yoshi's Island.
Scott's
Don't tell
rubbing
me-
it.
don't tell
Scott's
me-
rubbing his face right now.
Don't
I'm
tell
going to
me what
say
do.
38.
You said Yoshi Island counts?
It's called Super Mario Brothers.
That is
Super
not
Mario
a
World
Mario
2.
game. That is a Yoshi game.
It's
I
called
don't care what
Super
you
Mario
say.
World 2,
Do you
Yoshi's
control
Island.
Mario?
Kinda. He
No.
rides on your back
You don't.
as a baby, and he whines a lot.
I feel like this is
No.
old school
It's called
VGRx.
Babysitter.
Wrong. Wrong.
I'm
You're
counting it. Just
wrong.
answer the question. I say 38. There's a lot, you guys. I'm not, however, counting Mario is missing.
Scott, actually remember
Mario
your answer
Paint.
next week, please.
We're talking
Thanks.
platformers.
I'm going to say 34.
Just platformers here. Okay. 34,
yeah.
38,
Hey, Zach,
28,
how about you
27.
shut your mouth?
Okay, we got this. Zach, you can keep talking. You're a good guy.
No,
Yeah.
it's okay.
when
man,
you're
I'm done.
asleep.
Cool. Anyway, guys, don't forget to check us out on the social medias. Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, iTunes is the big one. All at VG Pharmacy, Video Game Pharmacy. Check
Do-
us out,
do that.
tweet at us, like, comment, subscribe, rate, subscribe, follow for more great content like this. Please. And
I won't be here next week.
Yep, Brittin will be here
Maybe
next
you guys
week.
will find some guests
So
or something.
we'll post our episode
No.
that we were supposed to post.
No.
on vacation.
Get in here and record. No downtime for you.
And then I love how you get a week off, but me and Zach we don't.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
No, you guys can take a week
Man,
off if
it's
you want.
great. Thanks, John. And then, of course, thank you to nwccradio.com.
Thank you.
We love your faces for letting us use your studio. And we will see you guys next week here on VGRx.
Sounds
Zach,
Bye.
Brittin,
See you guys.
my name's Scott, and I'm still sick.
I really
And-
hated the end of this.
You stopped wheezing though, so that's good. Oh no, why did I say that?
Bye.
Bye.
The pharmacy is now closed.